Greetings, family. Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. If you are new to this channel or podcast, then please subscribe and share our content with your friends. This will help grow our audience. I provide a written transcript in the group with the same name on Facebook for those of you who don't speak English. I also cite all of my sources under Show and Prove section. You can find all of my work under the About section on my YouTube channel, and then scroll down to Medium. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from the podcast community. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue during COVID-19. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. Our goal this year is to raise $500,000 for our film projects. Hood Liberator Made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins. First, I would like to thank those of you who have donated to our film project. I encourage people from my friends list and people in my social groups who want to be a part of our film project to please send me your email address to my Facebook inbox. We will hold a private conference through Google Meetings to discuss the best methods of reaching others via social media, people from their friends list, donors, and local businesses. Yokayo Chicago, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, mission is to help eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services. Our objective is to build a bridge between the diaspora and continental Africans through art, culture, and commerce. Yokayo Chicago will be in the business of creating docudramas, short films, theater, photography, fine arts, music, poetry, literature, sculpture, dance, and spiritual development for inner city youth and their families. Once this virus is cleaned up, we plan on launching African tours in order for us to move from behind the computer and make real connections with our global Black family on the continent, starting in South Africa. I created GRCAM, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, because I got tired of all of the division among Black people. I created GRCAM in 1991 on a site called Gopher. I wanted to create an organization that focused specifically on solving Black issues in America. I wanted to connect with other like-minded African Americans, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Europeans, African immigrants, and Afro-Latinos throughout the diaspora. This is a podcast where we talk about solving Black issues / African issues using a spiritual perspective as it pertains to the great awakening of our people that has been prophesied. Our objective is to get our film project fully funded and play it by ear during COVID-19. Once this virus is cleaned up, then we will shoot our film and promote our film in selected movie theaters and sell our DVDs. Together, we will put GRCAM on the map and turn my vision for Black America into reality. In 2021 and beyond, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement will be promoting a policy of global Black unity, ownership, and community support. Our objective is to be in a place where we own everything we consume and we support one another. We're reaching out to our group members and listeners and would like to encourage them to support our film project in 3 ways. Through our virtual store, Gurkham merchandise such as COVID masks, coffee mugs, posters, handbags, and t-shirts. All proceeds will go towards our film project. 2, through our nonprofit organization, Gurkham of Chicago. PayPal page. Donations can be used as a tax write-off because this is a legitimate 501c3. All donations are tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law. 3, you can support us by purchasing my revised book on my Amazon author page. Keep in mind, community support is where we have to go, and please understand, when you're supporting our YouTube channel or our podcast, you're supporting an independent black network which will eventually employ black people in our films, stage plays, and in our actual business. I need African entrepreneurs, especially in South Africa, to come on the show and promote your businesses and ministries to the diaspora and vice versa. This is the weekend edition of the show. Today's topic, Gurkham speaking directly to my base, the black grassroots and the global black family. Before I go into my presentation, I need to say a brief prayer. Heavenly Father, touch the hearts and minds of every person who is listening to this video podcast. Prove to my enemies that you have called me to do this great work that is badly needed in our inner cities in America, Africa, the Caribbean, and Brazil. In Jesus, Yahshua's name. I encourage all of my Christian friends from around the globe to please support our film project and add my name to your prayer list. Ask the Holy Spirit to connect me with other like-minded black people and others who would have the means and the skills to get our film project fully funded and made in Jesus, Yahshua's name. I encourage all of my Christian group members in Light of the World Inspirational Group and Christian Spoken Word Network to please step up. Don't just post your videos in the group. I need for you all to participate on the show by either calling in through Facebook Messenger, or if you are unable to participate, then watch my video podcast. Leave a public comment on my Facebook page about the topic. Most of all, please share my video podcast with all of your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. If you can, please purchase my ebook on Amazon and help me get it on the bestsellers list so that people will take our cause serious. The proceeds from the book will go towards our film project, which will be a win-win situation. I encourage people in my secular groups, Gurkham of Chicago, Gurkham of Africa, and the New Black Voices of Media, to participate on this show as well. If you can, please purchase my ebook on Amazon and help me get it on the bestsellers list so that people would take our cause serious. The proceeds from the book will go towards our film project, which will be a win-win situation. The only thing which is preventing me from turning my virtual Christian socialist organization, or CAM, which is the Grassroots Community Activist Movement, into a real black Christian business, Gurkham of Chicago, which is the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, is the lack of manpower and the capital. This is why I turned to social media to get my message out to the public through my YouTube videos, my social groups, my blog postings, my online talk show, my virtual store, my revised book, and now through my future urban Christian film, Hood Liberator, made in Chicago, The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. This is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group in America. The proceeds from the film will put me in a better position financially so that I can hire qualified black middle class professionals, buy office equipment, and purchase property on the west side and south side of Chicago. as well as in Africa and the Caribbean. Revive Chicago will become a tourist attraction and help revitalize the black community and black businesses that already exist there. Let's make history. Let's take control of our own community by supporting this black empowerment film. Today we're talking about speaking directly to my base, the black grassroots, and the global black family. I would like to address the black grassroots. I have a lot of people in my social groups who are pretending to be down with the cause, which is help stop the genocide in America. Ghettos starting in Chicago. But in reality, they are just in the groups just to be seen. They are known as passive spectators. We got to stop falling for the illusionary support from people who are not really supporting us. We need to stop paying attention to stuff that doesn't matter and focus on what's happening in Black America. This generation has a tool that no other generation had before. That is the internet. Through the internet, we can reach millions of people from around the globe. I don't have all the answers, but I do have a plan and a vision to help solve problems in Black America and in Africa, if given a chance. My question to Black America: when are we going to get to a point where we stop having loyalty to a political party and instead have loyalty to our own group? Ice Cube tried to talk with both Democrats and Republicans in order for us to obtain tangibles. Since people on my friends list and people in my social groups refused to share my warning back during the 2020 elections with their friends, as a result, we have zero tangibles. While the Asian community was able to get a Pacific hate crime bill and $50 million in resources. According to Washington Post, quote, hate crimes rise to highest levels in 12 years, increasing attacks on Black and Asian people. FBI, unquote. Attacks targeting Black people rose from 1,930 to 2,755 compared to Asian people from 158 to 274. This situation just started happening to them last year. We've been going through this for 400 years, yet we still can't get a hate crime bill specifically for Black people. If Asians receive a hate crime bill in a year's time, and $50 million specifically for the Asian community, what should we get when our numbers, based on the FBI's own report? 9 months in, the Biden administration has been in power. Black people are still being treated like third and fourth class citizens. The things that the Biden administration said that they would discuss, reparations and criminal justice reform. Now the conversation is about bringing Afghan refugees into the surrounding Black neighborhoods. The new Black voices of media is calling out the Democratic Party. Black celebrities and Black activists, we have been the most attacked and we've gotten nothing. If we don't start getting something for our vote, then we as a group in America will become a permanent underclass. The United States of America are airlifting Afghan refugees to America. We're being pushed down by Afghan refugees, the Asian community, illegal immigrants, Latinos, LGBT community, and white feminists. It's all your fault, Black America. Sitting around talking about racism do not solve racism. Creating Black institutions in the Black community is part of the solution. I'm trying to build an institution, Rakai of Chicago, for black children and their families. Today we're surrounded by this victim mindset, whether it's in Africa, America, Canada, or Europe. Everything is about I'm a victim, and this is what this is what you should give me. The civil rights movement was about demanding the financial elites to give black people equality, freedom, and justice. What the civil rights movement was saying to the financial elites is that our culture is not good enough. We want to be part of your culture and have access to your economy. We didn't appreciate our own culture. Over the past 10 years, our culture has been dominated by BLM, Black Lives Matter, a female-led organization that is rooted in victim mindset. The grassroots community activist movement is about black people taking accountability while acknowledging our history that America has oppressed us. Once I'm able to get our Christian organization established in America, I plan on expanding it to at least 5 cities in America. I also plan on turning the business over to qualified black middle class professionals because I want to expand my talents and skills in Africa. I will encourage our members to take their talents and skills back to our ancestral homeland, which is Africa. If black people get on some real togetherness, it's going to be a problem. We're not victims. We're just choosing not to fight. My goal through Grakai of Chicago is to help reconstruct the way we think as a people. As long as black people remain in the United States of America, then we are doomed based on the numbers. Black people are embedded in the corruption of America. We have to break away from the comforts of America. Everyone knows what's killing the black community. That is lack of investment. We have to separate ourselves from people who don't want to move forward. This is a platform where we allow people to come on here to speak their truths. Chicago is a war zone. It's a bad place to raise black children. Urban terrorists will pull a strap on you and blow your brains out over nothing. That's the mentality, to kill and destroy. We have to deal with this head on, this Willie Lynch mentality within black society. Dumb, ratchet behavior gets all the likes. We have to raise our children to become entrepreneurs. We have enough athletes, dancers, and entertainers. Kai of Chicago will create satellite communities within our inner cities, beginning in Chicago. We plan to come to Africa as an organized group to help build infrastructure so that we can raise our children in a safe environment. Our next film project will be made in South Africa, and the name of that film will be called African Liberator: Battle Against the Colonized Mindset. This is where the global black family need to help us connect with African immigrant communities in America. So these are as follows: the Liberian community, Ivory Coast community, the Ghana community, Angola community, Nigerian community, South African community, the Kenyan community, Ethiopian community, Tanzania community, and Uganda community. So I want my African people that's in my African group, for Kai of Africa. If you're continental African and you have family members or friends from your country, especially in America, but specifically in Chicago, but they don't have to live in Chicago, just as long as they're in America. But I prefer Chicago because that's where I'm at. But once you introduce me to them and all that stuff. I will love to have them to work with me and Sister Renee, so that way um, they can help us with this fundraising project for the film, and that can help. That would definitely help get the ball rolling, as well as they can help us, when we launch our African tours. For example, let's say in South Africa. So if the South African community here in Chicago would, develop an alliance with us, then that would make it much easier when we come over to South Africa, because we will have someone that knows the terrain, and we will have be able to do all the paperwork, so that way we can set up a chapter over there in South Africa while we try to do our film project over there, the second film. And also I can try to apply for dual citizenship while I'm over there. So, that's a win-win situation. Again, I do my show different. It's not about me just sitting up here doing all the talking and stuff like that, but I do want to make sure I say my piece, and then I want to open up the show for my listeners, where people can speak with me in real time and share this information. And again, I'm doing the best that I can. This is basically all I have right now, but I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm able to share my information. I want to move forward. I don't want to remain stagnant. I want to connect with, I would say, Africans, black people, others that's serious about getting the ball rolling and wanting to help solve our social problems here in Chicago first. I want to make Chicago that model. I've been on Facebook for 17 years. I mean, I can't prove myself anymore. I'm serious about what I'm trying to do. But, this is, where I'm at, and this is where it begins. So, now also, I want to reach out to our Caribbean family. So, if anyone that lives in these Pacific Caribbean, I would say the different islands, that's I was saying, that you're a native over there. If you have family or friends that's in America, then please connect them with me. So I'm looking for people from the Bahamian community, Barbados community, Haitian community, Jamaican community, and Trinidad community. I encourage my African group members to put pressure on your governments to allow the diaspora to have citizenship between 3 to 5 years in exchange for our talents and skills. The diaspora is a collective, is a $1 trillion spending power. So that's wonderful. That means that collectively, but again, this Willie Lynch mentality within black society, that's our biggest hindrance, and that's what's holding us back more than anything. So that's how come I want to make sure that I connect with other like-minded individuals, and get this thing popping. All right. With that being said, the phone lines are now open.